I would like to bring our attention to the alarmingly serious global problem that we are facing. The problem is that of obesity. There is a significant increase in the prevalence of overweight and obese individuals worldwide. The problem is very severe due to the impact obesity has on individuals. Shorter lifespan, low confidence, an array of illnesses such as heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of cancers, all factors that lead to premature death. So let's explore this pandemic and destroy it for the better by learning about it and creating strategic approach and habits that produce healthy body. So what is obesity? Obesity is typically measured with the BMI scale, and obesity is basically having too much body fat. Individuals with BMI between 18.5 to 24.9 are considered normal. Individuals with BMI between 25 to 29.9 are considered overweight. Individuals with BMI of 30 or more are considered obese. So what is the cause of obesity? The cause of obesity can be a mixture of factors playing together. The first factor is basically consuming more calories than one needs per day. The excess calories turn into body fat. Eating excessively is usually caused by an underlying addiction to the foods one eats, or eating too much because of stress. The second factor that leads to obesity is lack of exercise. Exercise can greatly help one maintain healthy weight, but it will fall short if one eats too much, because exercise can only burn so much calories. The third factor leading to obesity is doing activities that are very sedentary. The fourth factor is watching too much TV, cell phones, watching too many food commercials and buying unhealthy foods and consuming them. The fifth factor is lack of knowledge about nutrition and foods in general. The sixth factor is that big companies that sell unhealthy foods are having billions of dollars spent on marketing, and their marketing is created by geniuses marketers that can easily fool someone watching the commercials to buy the foods they sell, which may be very unhealthy. I would like to dive into each factor with more details, so that one can change their habits and improve their health. Factor 1, consuming too much food. Some foods are addictive because the scientists that make foods want to maximize profits, and to do that, they make their foods very addictive. This may result in overconsumption of the foods and gaining a lot of weight. They trick the mind to want the foods and cause cravings without the foods. This is very bad because if one cannot control their eating habits, they can jeopardize their health and gain a lot of weight. Another sub-factors is that gaining weight is much easier than losing weight. 1 pound of fat contains around 3,500 calories, which is crazy amount of energy. Average gym session probably burns 200 to 600 calories. Just do the math, it is insane amount of energy that is in the fat. Factor 2 is the lack of exercise. Exercise is crucial to maintain healthy body. Exercise strengthens the body, burns calories, and can help one look great and feel very well due to endorphins the brain releases while exercising. Exercise can be addictive. Exercise strengthens the heart and improves circulation, reducing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Exercise improves muscle strength and bone density, reducing the risk of osteoporosis. Exercise additionally can improve immune function. Additionally, it can help you fall asleep easier and improve sleep quality. People who exercise usually live longer. Exercise can help prevent or manage type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and some cancers. Lastly, exercise boosts memory, concentration, and overall cognitive function. But why are so many people obese and overweight when exercise is easily reachable? There is gym in every neighborhood. It is simple, poor habits and rituals. One must decide and stick to their decision to make their life better by exercising. Gyms aren't that expensive either. Some gyms cost as low as $20. One just needs to make the decision and stick with it. The third factor leading to obesity is doing activities that are very sedentary. Kids and adults nowadays spend too much time playing games, watching TV, and playing with cell phones. Sedentary behavior lowers calorie consumption, slows down the metabolism, and lead to gaining weight. Additionally, there are commercials on every platform for food and beverages. So what can one do to avoid spending too much time in sedentary activities? One must decide to make a change for the better, and to change sedentary activities with exercise on reading or some activity that promotes health. The fourth factor, well connected to the third factor, is time spent on TV, cell phones. You can do a lot of things in life, but you can't ever get time back. Most devices, TV, cell phones are designed to drive sales by advertising. By spending a lot of time on mindless activities, they advertise food on kids' channels and regular channels and trick you to buy high-calorie, low-nutrition, unhealthy foods. Those are billion-dollar brands that are only concerned with profits, not your health. So what can you do to stop this madness? Become immune to their advertisement. Study what are the healthiest foods. Invest in yourself. Do not let them brainwash you and take your hard-earned money and your health away. Fight. The fifth factor is lack of knowledge about nutrition and foods in general. Most people are so brainwashed by the advertisement industry that they buy unhealthy foods and eat unhealthy diet. Eating fast food is a major contributor to the epitome of obesity. If you ask a nutritionist how often you should eat fast food, you will be amazed by their answer. They will likely answer, ideally never. Let's explore what a healthy diet is. It consists of fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and legumes. This is the most optimum diet, and the countries and people who live the longest are on this diet. One should make a habit to read food labels to understand what is in their food and if it is toxic or carcinogenic. Organic foods are also a great choice due to being less toxic by having less herbicides and other toxic substances. So why are people choosing fast food venues? Because of practicality or lack of knowledge. One should really think carefully what they put in their mouth. Don't be fooled by tastes and commercials of fast foods. Remember, it is engineered food, it is not healthy, it only tastes good. The sixth factor is that food companies have billions of dollars for advertising, and they will do anything to sell you their product that might be very unhealthy. But of course, the commercial will praise the product as something great. They have lobbyists that are paid millions to pass bills to prevent their companies from losing money and to optimize profits. You must protect yourself at all costs and to choose healthy diet instead of what the commercials are running. Remember, they are after your money and your health. If you get sick, it is better for them because their buddies, the pharmaceutical industry, will make money selling you pills. So let's now dive in how one can strategically avoid and defeat obesity or overweight. The first factor is that of healthy foods. One must consume healthy foods: fruits, vegetables, seeds, nuts, and legumes. Stay away from dietary and meat products. I know this sounds crazy to not eat meat and dairy. Factor 2 will be exercise. One must exercise 3 to 5 times a week. Factor 3 will be fasting regimen. Factor 4 will be avoiding sedentary activities. Factor 5 will be setting up goals short-term and long-term. Factor 1, commit to eating the best organic fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and legumes. Track your calorie intake. Do not overeat. Factor 2, exercise 3 to 5 times a week. Hire a coach or use a good training regimen. You do not like gyms. Walk for an hour a day until you can jog, then jog for an hour. Jogging can very quickly help one reduce weight. Factor 3, implement a fasting regimen. This can 16-8 or 23-1, or even if very heavy, doing some water fasting. 16-8 is basically eating an 8-hour window and being faster for the other 16 hours. 23/1 is more strict regimen where one eats 1 meal a day. Water fasting can be very effective in people with a lot of body fat. However, I recommend talking to a physician first. Fasting regimens help with losing weight and increase of growth hormone, cell repair, heart health, brain function, and improved metabolism. Factor 4, instead of spending your time on the TV or cell phone scrolling all day, either go for a walk or do some other activity. Factor 5, setting up goals and being persistent. Set your goals of what your dream outcome is and follow through until you reach your goal.